Hello. I am totally prepared. Yeah, paper and everything. And some sort of grit on my desk. Anywho, how's it going? How are you, Mr. White? I like that dark band at the top of my screen, but oh well. Oof. That looks really out of focus. Ducky. Is that blurry for you too, Jason? It does not look good. I have autofocus on and it looks like crap to me. So I may, yeah, very blurry. Okay, let me mess with some stuff here. If I can. Take off autofocus and try this. Hello, Maureen. Hey, Bob. That's looking better. Let me see here. Nope. I've gone too far. All right. Let's try this for a bit. And if I have to, I'll mess with it because apparently autofocus is too complicated for the machine to handle. You reach, exceed your reach. Anyhow, it is Monday. You are correct. Do you guys see like this dim band on the top of this? Or does it look normal to you? It's like an inch across the top here. Okay. Must just be the way my lighting is, my monitor and stuff. No band. All right. So, well, you two guys know this, and most people don't care, but I really loved Visionaries as a kid, and there wasn't enough of it. It didn't do very well. Of course, lost cause. But they're like remaking the figures, so I'm like super excited because I've been collecting the old ones, which is a pain in the junk. So I'm excited for that, and that's why I picked this. The gimmick was these figures were basically like a little bit bigger GI Joe guys as far as posability and stuff go, all kinds of joints and cool shit. But the gimmick was these holograms, like their chests. I'm not gonna be able to make it look right because the diffused lighting, but if this was a little bit more direct, you could see the weird dragon thing hologram on his chest. And in the cartoon, they would like activate this and turn into the thing for a period of time. And they had all kinds of cool accessories and this and that. So the first one I got was this guy, and he is a bad guy, and he turns into this like dragon thing, and he has like the staff of power too. That his power was fear. So like all the bad guys have this weird dragon symbol, but then it shifts to what their totem is, and I always thought that was pretty neat. It's like weird spider thing with a screaming face coming out of the forehead. Anyway, imaginative stuff. So that's what I'm going to draw. His name is Cravex, and he's kind of a bit of a psychopath, voiced by the late great Chris Latta, who did like Cobra Commander and Starscream, and Wheeljack, and a bunch of people. Very distinctive voice, as you know. All right, so I'm going to try to do something here. I thought I'd have him like maybe like manifesting the power somehow, like in a pose where he's just like power pose where he's arched his back and magic is coming out of him, you know, as you do. So how we doing? I know we Bob and Jason and I gamed last night. No, how's it going? Alicia is messing around with chickies, would be my guess, and or she's forgotten about it. Yeah, I like the world building of the show too, because it's like this planet that was um yeah, she's MIA, plausible deniability on the chickens. So the world, there was this world like Prismos, of course. It had to be something light related, and it was like a super high tech, advanced society. And then they have this apocalypse where like something happens with their sun or whatnot, and it causes all the technology to stop working. And then like this, a little bit of time goes by, and then like this crazy wizard shows up and offers to give the warring factions a fraction of his power to like do different stuff for him, but he's really just messing around with them basically. So you have all these like weird techno magic gadgets and stuff that some of them learn how to control with the magic he gives them, so they can make vehicles work and stuff that never work because of the apocalypse. And it's very like fantasy Mad Max, which I thought was cool. Oh man, swimming. I need to get I need to get to the pool or something. And was telling Bob like a week ago or whatever. I'm just feel like the man from Atlantis out of water, and I'm just like, something's not right. Something's amiss. Wow, field report from Mama there. Roosters and dipshits as usual. I don't know if I told you guys this. I think I did, but we have three roosters. There's Baxter, who's like a certain particular breed that she got, because if you bred this one with that one, you could have chicks that you could tell whether or not they were going to be a rooster or a hen from birth. And then we have these two other ones. I can't remember what they're called, like Bard Rock or something like that. And they're useless. They're all useless. Uh, yeah. Uh, like they, danger happens. They make a lot of noise and then run and hide. Like they never defend the hens or anything like that. So we're always like, she had named Baxter a while ago, but then we got these other ones that never got names, and then she decided that because they were always concerned yet never did anything, one is Susan and the other is Collins. So you know, don't trust the water, Jason. What's wrong with you, man? Yeah. Well, that's true, but I just thought the Phylot would have like a pretty sketchy looking, because it's also going to be like fear inspiring. So that's what I'm going to go with, I think. Wow, that's interesting. Those older folks, they get jacked up on the Metamucil and get all antsy and pantsy. That was the thing back in the day, though. Like everybody was like, "I need to use my sun tanning oil," which basically was like liquid skin cancer. Like I remember even in high school in the '90s, like the sunblock that I would use to go out and like clean the pool or lay out or go swimming for like 6 hours at a time was like SPF 4. Look, I know, but I mean they're older than I assume they're older than us. No. Or is it that kind of thing where we sadly have to realize that Motley Crue is classic rock? Time travelers. They're like, we showed up from the '80s, but took the long way around like everyone else. We just think we're younger. Cravex has a beard, unlike the standard goatee evil. He's got the full beard evil. Oh, wow. I mean, part of me wants to be like good for them, but also like if it's a family beach, dude, come on. Really like in their 70s blasting NWA or something. Oh, you know what? I did get that. Actually, this. Kind of put my own spin on it, of course, which basically is an excuse to mess it up. Oh, that's just my interpretation of it. Yeah. Say that for post. Yeah, artistic license all day long. Like his armor has this theme of like claws and scales and stuff. Very like Dragonlance, Dragon High Lord ish. Even his helmet is like a claw or whatever grasping the top of his head. It's kind of fun. Modern pop music. Mm-hmm. All right. I think I'm gonna do something similar to the old Green Lantern scenario where the fly lot will be like marker, maybe. We'll see. Nice. Yeah, I like his costume always was interesting to me. It's fun. All right, all right, all right. What are we doing here? Wow. Jason has a lot of plans for his shop. Um, one of which you should be prepared for, which is to kidnap all of us in his gaming group and keep us there in shackle. So just might want to plan ahead. I don't know if it's hard to see, but I'm giving it texture because he's like scale mail kind of as well. Texture. Anyway. It's not me just being even sloppier than normal with the inks. Oh, maybe I was supposed to keep that to myself. I'm not really sure on the etiquette of planned kidnapping. Well, to be fair, I was just ruminating about you know, Jason was going on about how once the house is done, the shop is ready or whatever, we'll be able to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, but how's that going to change like my work schedule and stuff? The logistics of getting like 7 adults to be in the same room together when they live in different towns. And anyway, just being a negative Nancy. Yes. Yes. Nice. It's kind of on purpose. Deep in thought, or at least that's what I would have you believe. I'm realizing why I'm squinting. I've had these glasses for like 4 years. I still can't get used to wearing them because I don't have to wear them all the time. So it's just easy to forget. And I'd be like, why is this so hard on me? I guess we'll never know. Wow, Jason. The bleed is real. Oh well. He has a very like almost Wolverine-esque hairstyle. Which I'm sure somebody on the show or whatnot was a fan of the X-Men or something. uh, if you ever fall off a building, just go limp because people will see you and think that you're a dummy and they'll try to catch you because hey, free dummy. Some classics for sure. Quicksilver did it first. Yeah, Quicksilver did the antenna bangs first. Decide where the markering is going to happen versus the inking. You just don't know. And neither do I. what's funny is in the cartoon, I remember thinking this even as a kid. They have these weird chest plates that the holograms go into, and in the show, that's where the magic power starts pouring out, and then they just fully transform into whatever it is. But like until they get it, like in the first episode, until they get the magic and everything, they just have these weird chest plates, like blank pentagons on their chest for no reason. Like everybody has the same. Hmm. Wow. Now, because I'm a cram, I'm going to feel guilty about that. I mean, yes, good man, Jason. Mm, tasty guilt. My old friend. He has this weird, like, Batman blade thing in his forearm, but just one, because that's cool. Geez, 8:28 already. I'm slacking. Yeah, but part of the idea is that so you guys might enjoy it. So try to keep it from being the whole night. Good question. Is it just like a rush of some kind, and then you're disoriented for a few minutes, a few seconds? I don't know. I remember they started to do interesting stuff where like they were looking at like what happens if you stay in the creature form too long, or like at one point somebody like absorbed multiple totems powers and it got out of hand, kind of weird stuff. But it didn't last long enough to really go anywhere. So I think it was like 13 episodes or something, which is a whole season of TV nowadays. Nondescript land mass here. We'll do some erasing and some marker stuff. What do I do with that cap? Yeah, get ready, kids. The time to panic is here. This is like a half and half. It's a legitimate panic for this part because I'm going to erase most of the pencils, and then not so much for the inked part. I noticed like I mentioned last night, excited to see new season of Reacher just because it's, popcorn fun. And then a lot of people have said over the last couple of years, like, they'd watch a whole show of just Neely, and then it's like they announce, okay, so here's a whole show that's Neely, which is cool. I'm here. Come on, erase me. Do it now. There you go. More crud for the desk. Yeah, glasses. All right, what are we doing here? is where being messy is more forgiving. It's interesting to me how this is really more like an aqua to me firsthand, but on the screen it looks a lot more blue. Color settings on my monitor. Right. Then they're pink. Or, you know, the actual holograms are just people. The only real problem with the markers on this paper is that if you stay in one spot, even for a second or two, it just starts bleeding out. Like a lot. Okay, it works well with my frenetic style of drawing and inking. We'll do some lighter color, I think. Maybe. A little bit anyway. Thanks, guys. Trying to add some sort of depth or interest without just coloring in the whole thing. Because then it would kind of start looking flat, I think. I hear lots of like pots and dishes or something going on upstairs. I think Alicia got sucked into, like, we seems like we have a sink full of dishes every 10 minutes, and it's like pulling teeth to get the kids to be like, just put the dish in the dish. We actually have a dishwasher, like, for the love of God. I think we're getting pretty close. I want to differentiate the head a little bit. All right. I think that's pretty good. So we will do the thing we do at the end. We give the sketch away. And if past is any indication, we will probably give the sketch away to Mr. White. But, you know, we'll go through the motions. All right. There she is. Mostly. I can just give it to you, really? You can just bypass all this madness? All right, so anybody who is not aware, I am going to roll a 10-sided die, and when I tell you to, you are going to type your guess of what I rolled into the chat, and whoever guesses correctly first wins the sketch. So here we go. You're guessing a number between 1 and 10. Thank you. Not a 1 this time. Oh, Maureen got it. It's a 6. Ta-da! Yeah. Whoever guesses 1 wins. I don't think that's how it works. But Mo bagged it this time. So congratulations, Maureen. Write it on here. I'm notoriously bad at remembering. All right, cool. Thanks for indulging my need for nostalgia. I'll allow it. Yeah, man. Sweet. Well, once again, thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll do it again in a week. Hopefully, I'm coming up on a year of doing these streams, although I missed a few, so it won't be 52 episodes in a year. But thanks, Tony. It'll be August 5th is when I started doing this last year. So we're getting there. I'll probably try to do something more interesting as it gets close to that date, but I haven't figured out what yet. So we shall see. Or, I'll run out of time and we'll just do a normal one. So All right, everybody. Thanks again. Appreciate it. And thanks, Bob. Have a good night.